G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game. This is game number 3 of a series that we've got going on right now between MarineLord and Beastyqt. This is the grand final of EGC TV's Road to Red Bull Wallalol. Spawning in on the south side, playing as the Beastyqt dynasty in the red, we've got MarineLord. And on the north side of the map, in the color blue, playing as the French, we've got Beastyqt. Ladies and gentlemen, this is game number 3. If you missed the first 2 games, look, I'm not going to spoil them for you, but I'm sure you can tell at the top of the screen how those games went. I'll be honest, they were absolutely awesome games. I would encourage you to go back and watch them. They'll be the 2 videos that were immediately uploaded before this one, so do go check them out, because I got to be honest with you, they were just absolutely mind-blowing. But I'm looking forward to seeing what we've got in this game. This is game number 3 in the series, so we're at match point at the moment. This could be the last game, the final game. It's meant to be a 5-game series, obviously, but if you know, it's kind of like tennis. If you beat your enemy in 3 sets, well, that's just it. The game's over, isn't it? You don't have to go to the 4th set. Don't have to go to the 5th set. But we'll take a look at how MarineLord is doing at the moment, because he's playing as the Beastyqt dynasty, and he's going with a no-mill opening. So I'm definitely a fan of this opening. I think this is the best opening that you can possibly do. If you're an Beastyqt player, and if you're not doing this build order, I think you should start doing this build order. This is one of the best in the game. Essentially, the idea is that you have 3 sheep that you start off with, obviously the one under the TC, as well as the 2 that are close by. You bring those 2 that are close by in underneath the town center, and then these sheep are going to last you until you go out onto berries. So it's a very interesting opening, but we can see that he's gone for a double scout opening here. So going to be looking to bring back those sheep. But typically you'd see, so I think he's going to be doing it, so the 7 and then 0 and then 4. And then so looking to get a wheelbarrow as well as his fresh foodstuffs in as well. But we'll have to wait and see how he plays it. So the timing here should be pretty close with regard to that. We'll check in on the other side of the map and see what Beastie looks to do though. I'm curious to see what direction he goes, because for the French, it's all about, I mean, this is a bit of a more difficult matchup, I would say, for the Beastyqt dynasty. French, obviously, a really good civ, and a lot of people look at the Beastyqt dynasty as this civilization that can deal with the French, but to be honest, they've got tools at their disposal. Disposure, is that the word? Disclosure? Their disposal? I think we'll go to disposal. So they've got tools at their disposal. So things like camels, which obviously debuff cavalry. They've got spearmen with that upgrade that we love to see. Phalanx. So they got a lot of good tools at their disposal, but they really just don't feel that effective against the French, unfortunately. But I mean, in saying that, does any civilization feel particularly effective against the French? I mean, realistically, maybe the Delhi? That would probably be about all I could, and even then it's a coin flip, so like, it's tough, man. It's tough. French are really good at the moment, I'm not gonna lie. Beastie looking to expand out onto the berries, though. We can see he's going to be going for that wheelbarrow build as well. 4 villagers on gold. Pretty stock standard here. Drops that mill down. We're right on board over on the south side with MarineLord. See how he's doing as he ages up to the next age as well. So economic win coming in for him. Towards the north of the map, we already saw that school of cavalry going down for Beastie. So everything just staying stock standard. 1 villager now moving out towards the mill. Begins dropping that one down, and we've got more villagers moving out. So you can see underneath here, this villager should just about be done. You can see right there. So only a little bit of food left in that bad boy. All the rest of the sheep going to be staying under here. And the idea is he wants to keep this sheep underneath the town center. In the event that he loses this, you know, maybe an archer begins to pressure out on this this angle. Maybe a knight keeps coming in and harassing. Well, he just goes onto these sheep. Makes it a lot easier for him. We do have that wheelbarrow now coming in for him. Beastie going to be doing the exact same thing. These timings are probably about 3 or 4 seconds off. Let's have a look and see if I can match that one up. Okay, so we've got MarineLord here with 110. And then Beastie on 112. So about 2 seconds between them on the wheelbarrow. That's how damn close it is. Beastie aging up, though. Pretty decent age up time for him. 4 minutes 20. Not too bad with the wheelbarrow coming in behind it. Not enough resources in the bank just yet to get out that knight. But obviously, it's going to be coming out ASAP. And where does he go? I mean, probably the wood line is going to be the first spot he looks to go. He will look to hit that. MarineLord now going to be reaching the 2nd age as well. Fresh foodstuffs is going to be dropping in any second. and it looks like a barrack's going to be coming down. So I thought MarineLord would have been moving off gold, but I think he's just going to be gathering up enough for fresh foodstuffs and then enough for his hardened upgrade. And he's going to be looking to play a heavier spear style than what you would typically see. That's why he keeps those villagers here on the gold. And you can see he's researched the upgrade. Fresh foodstuffs coming in now, but still sticking with the gold. So should have moved now because I think that's 75 gold. So he's got more than enough gold, or at least he'll have more than enough gold when those villagers do cash in. There we go, 75 gold. He does indeed. So 16 over the top. Not terrible, but not wonderful. Archery range now coming down as well for Beasty. Things starting to heat up as that knight is getting trailed all the way back. MarineLord going to be following it, tagging along with the scout. Beasty obviously aware of it. Turns around immediately and begins hitting that scout. We're still yet to see stone taken at this point in the game. It's going to be some time before that happens as well. I suspect MarineLord will look to take stone, but obviously only after he's got at least a handful of spears out. A little bit of a curious decision here by MarineLord. Beautiful pickup with that scout. Oh my lord, I can't tell you guys how good that was. Beautiful micro there from MarineLord. So one of the things to note, he went for a spear or for spearman upgrade, but didn't go for any spearmen. So it meant he's got nothing to block over here for his villagers. But obviously the scout comes in, beautiful block, hits the French knight in the face, says, "Hey, get out of here! Get out of here!" Backside, scout hovering. We see the scout hovering on the front side as well behind this. Beasty continuing just to play one base, it seems. Archery ranges come down for him. We haven't seen any second town center even considered at this point. Looks like the scout going to get found out. Horsemen going to be coming out of that stable shortly. More and more houses coming out now as well for MarineLord. He's going to be heading towards that golden age. You can see he's sitting at 9 out of 10. That's going to be his 10th building, and we'll give him that extra 15%. The brand new Abbasid dynasty, 15%. It goes from 10% to 15%. So you guys know the deli. They get that free upgrade, that free tech for well, everything. So basically, you're getting that free tech for free, 15%. Pretty impressive. Knight charges coming in. Horseman just going to fall back. Doesn't want to take any damage here. Smart move. Scout going to be regenning up that health. Nice and easy. Spearman just looming, looking. Spots out that Royal Knight, chasing it away. Down to about half health. We'll have to look and see whether Beasty opts to go in for that chivalry tech. Obviously, a technology available in the second age. Knight charge comes in, hits the Horseman. Horseman takes a lot of damage there. Doesn't really get a good trade out of that. So unfortunate micro right there for MarineLord. A little bit of a lapse in attention, unfortunately for him, as the second stable going to be coming down. No signs of a second town center though. So definitely feels like as the game goes on longer, you know, the Abbasid dynasty want to try and move on to that second town center as soon as possible. It is about getting it up as soon as safe. That's probably the best way to say it. Back on the other side, Beasty, no sign of him doing it yet. Yeah, it definitely feels like for MarineLord, one of the big things is if you can't get that second TC up, you don't really have a victory condition. Like that's pretty much Abbasid and their victory condition, isn't it? You know, I need to get my second TC up. I need to start making villages, and then that's my win condition. If we go late game, well, we're still going to win, but it's about winning in the mid game. So it's going to be hard for him to do that. Spearman numbers looking good. He's up to 7 spears now. Nice number of horsemen as well. Looking to try and chase down the scout. Not going to have luck. Beasty on the ball at this point in time, so Scout going to be able to move away from this. Knight's coming in over on the wood line. He's going to spot that out. Beautiful little surround coming in, protecting those villagers. Forces them back. Outpost going to be going down. No, that's a lumber camp. I do apologize. Lumber camp going to be going down here for MarineLord. MarineLord holding on for the moment. Very aggressive opening here from Beasty. And behind this, what do we see? We don't see anything, nothing at all. It's just full units coming out from Beasty. So he is really committing at this point. Now we do see an outpost moving forward, 4 villagers on stone. Now, obviously, this can go 2 ways. It's that classic, you know, perhaps MarineLord sees this and is like, oh, 4 villagers. Could be arrow slits, could be a town center. It's probably going to be a town center though, but obviously spots that outpost going down, spotted the villagers coming out, and as a result, he knows that it's going to be arrow slits. At the very least, it's going to be arrow slits. So does that buy him time? Unfortunately not. Villagers going to get chased away from this position. Plenty of archers down here, but unfortunately not enough horsemen to really deal with this. We're yet to see any upgrades through from the blacksmith, but speaking of blacksmith upgrades, we don't see any coming out on the other side just yet either. Horsemen getting chased away. Spearman looking to hold it out a little bit stronger. Bit of a raid counterattack coming up on the north side. Beasty barely aware. Villagers out in the gold mine. Going to get exposed here. He manages to pull them back before any real damage gets done. And once again, those villagers live to see another day. Unfortunately, on the other side of the map, it looks like a horseman may go down. Indeed, it will. loses its life. Royal Knight's going to come in, get a nice little trade-off. I don't think we've got that Chivalry tech just yet. Looks like a villager did go down on the wood line. Chivalry tech still not in just yet. So Beasty just out here raw dogging it, I was going to say. I guess I did say it, didn't I? YouTube, please don't demonetize me. Camel Archer, it's going to be coming out. Woodline is getting moved over towards this position, but he's going to be losing villagers if he's not careful. Indeed, one villager does go down, and in classic Abbasid style, he screams out in desperation, pain, and all those anguish emotions. But outpost push slowly but steadily coming in. It's that classic case. You know, you see outposts in almost every single game, don't you? And they're just really that damn strong. And it feels like there's just no counterplay to them. It's like, well, my enemy's just going to send villagers across the map, and I can't kill his army, so I'm not going to be able to kill his outpost. So slowly he continues creeping forward with the outpost, and there's nothing I can really do about it. And I mean, that's pretty much it. As the villager 1 gets eaten up, villager 2 going to get taken out as well. No textiles for MarineLord. And in this matchup, it's something that you'd love to see him picking up a bit earlier. Horsemen, these numbers aren't looking the best, but hold on a minute. We've got a bit of a flank from the north side. MarineLord looking to try and collapse upon his enemy. He's done a great job. Locked a couple of those villagers away in the tower. Archers managed to make it towards that outpost and keep him alive a little bit longer. Spears looking to try and defend this position, but going to be able to successfully take out this outpost. The third one that was placed down is moved back. Beautiful melee composition opening here from MarineLord. I gotta love it. I gotta say I love it. He's got enough for the second town center as well. He's pumping out units non-stop. We see plenty of villagers in the queue. But for the moment, it looks like he's done a pretty decent job of cleaning this up. So well played here by MarineLord. Second town center is going to go down a bit of a weird spot. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about this. Beasty going to find it immediately. This is terrible. The scout was in perfect positioning. It gets cancelled, that town center. MarineLord, unfortunately, going to have to look to replace that, and does indeed go down on the wood line instead. At the same time, towards the front of the base, Camel's gone down. Spearman looking to try and defend against those knights that continue posturing and moving in. Looks like a couple of units did go down over here in this battle. For the most part, things looking pretty good for MarineLord at the moment. Beasty going to continue pushing and prodding. We'll take a look and see whether he's got a second town center. Indeed, he does. So second TC coming in for Beasty at this point in time. So things going to start kicking off for him at the moment. We'll do a quick villager count. 41 for Beasty, 34 for MarineLord. So there's a couple of factors there. Number one, obviously, it's French versus Abbasid, which means villager train time. That's going to be a big factor here. 20 seconds for our Abbasid player. Compare that over to our French player, who's training these villagers at 1 every 17 seconds. Now, you might not think that's a big deal, right? Because the Abbasid player's got the economic wing, and that reduces the cost of the villagers. Well, that's not really an economic buff when you think about it, right? What would an economic buff be? It would be a buff to the economy. That's not a buff to the economy. They're just reducing the cost of villagers. It doesn't make you produce villagers faster. It doesn't make your villagers gather faster. There's no buff to the economy there. Of course, they get the 15% from the golden age, but we're talking about fresh food stuff. So I encourage you not to think of that necessarily as an economic wing, but think of it as like a cool wing. Sorry, that's the best I've got. I guess the point I'm trying to make right now is that, like, that's your biggest factor. French just continuing to just spam out villagers because why the heck not? It's a cool technology or a cool civ bonus. On top of that, the French Knights just coming in. Obviously, the unique French Knight gets great trades off, and nice little surround coming out prevents the horsemen from hitting the archers, so runs that great little screen. Outpost going to be coming up here as well for MarineLord. He looks to hold down this position a little bit longer. He's done a good job, but my fear is the chop through coming through over in this central part. We can see all of the units for Beasty moving towards this position, and he's just going to be pumping out units non-stop. We've also got Chivalry that is now coming through. It's been increased in the cost, but it still is available in the feudal age, and we're going to start seeing it coming out. It's strong right now. Actually, I take that back. In fact, the archers aren't even firing at this. There we go. So he's not going to use, or Chivalry not going to get any use at this point in the game. Obviously, still early, but all of these knights are going to be able to heal up from it. He's also moved out over onto Berries on this west side. Just a single outpost for now. Does open himself up to a bit of a counterattack. Beasty on the ball. Manages to take out... How many does he get? Let's see if he gets any of these horsemen. Looks like he might grab one. Oh, my lord. It's so damn close. He does indeed grab one, but finds himself a nice little gold mine. Beasty also breaks through on that south side. Spots out plenty of villagers around that second town center. Knight's going to be running in. He's got the healing coming through. Got to be careful not to lose them to those spearmen. Does a great job. At the same time, towards the other side, does get repelled away by that knight. That single knight probably going to be able to take out all those horsemen, I suspect. But beautiful charges coming off right there. Taking out, it looks like one villager at the very, two villagers right there at the very least. The archer's doing some decent jobs. Actually, that's a spearman and a villager. But he manages to make it away from that position. Villager count at the moment, 40 for MarineLord compared to 59 for Beasty. So he has well and truly put the pedal to the metal. He has taken off, and there is just no coming back from that. That is a difficult, a really difficult gap for you to gather up on, because now it's got to... Now you, as an Beastyqt player, if obviously you're aware that you've lost a lot of villagers. So you know that with every villager that I've lost, my enemy, you know, he's up a villager and a little bit more because he's French. So we fall behind very, very far, very quickly, and it only gets harder. So he needs to move into 3 TCs if he wants to stay in the game. And you can see that's the intention, right? He's gathered up that, and finally we see textiles coming through. But Beasty just really doing a great job, just tearing apart these two guys right now. These two guys tearing apart MarineLord into 2 different parts. I guess we could say it that way instead. Knight down on the south side. It's going to try its best to stay alive. Unfortunately, BGs are not here to sing it. And unfortunately, Knight loses its life. Horseman going to be able to clean that up, but Beasty just chilling for the moment. Still yet to see any sort of upgrades coming through. We'll take a look at the blacksmith. Siege engineering on the way in. Oh no. Oh no. This is not good right now. This is not good. Beasty with the big charge coming in. And good game just gets called straight away. MarineLord just taps out. He says, you know what? I don't even want to deal with it. Beasty scouts 100% the MVP there. Caught the town center. Caught the villagers on the transfer. Beautiful stuff from Beasty. Fellas, I hope you've enjoyed this casted game. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.